afternoon, student. Today we are going to see something about information technologies. What are the basic terminologies we are going to use it? Information security is the complex group of techniques, technologies, regulation, and behavior that collaboratively protect the integrity and access of computers and data. Remember this point: computer and data. What is information security? It's rules, regulations, and behaviors that is going to protect our computer as well as our data. What is there in that computer? IT security measures aim to defend that threats. What are the threats? What are the interferences? What are the things? What are the policies you are going to implement in order to protect your data, in order to protect your computer, or in order to protect your office? At the upcoming section, we are going to define the fundamental terminologies of security, what are the things we are going to use it, how it is defined in cloud, and what are the things we are going to see. So basic things, what we are going to say in the security in clouds, what are the terminologies we are going to use in this one. The basic part, we start with basic terms and concept. The first one is confidentiality, the other one is integrity, third one is authentications, fourth one is availability. There are four basic terms which is being defined in cloud. First one is confidentiality, second one is integrity, third one is authentication, authenticity and availability. Sorry. Confidentiality. Confidentiality is the character something being made access by authorized party. So when a cloud consumer can able to access the cloud services with only authorization, unauthorized cannot able to access that services. When a message is sent, only authorized message has to be written. A message issued by the cloud consumer to the cloud services is considered to be confidential only if it is not accessed or read by unauthorized party. So the message which is sent by the cloud consumer to the cloud services, it should not be read by others. That is not whatever the message. Let's take an example. If I have a friend A and if I have a friend B, whatever the message I send to A and B, it should not be seen by C. This is what confidentiality is. An example which I have already told you: A, there is a friend A, there is a friend B, and A want to communicate B. Fine, they have sent a message. Unfortunately, the C wanted to access that message. It's not possible. If he access that message, that is different things. If he doesn't access, that is called confidentiality. The talk between both A and B is confidential and cannot be shared. This is what confidentiality is. Integrity is that whatever the message unauthorized alert the unauthorized party. Whatever the message, if cloud consumer send to cloud service said, it should not be alert. The message issued by cloud consumer to the cloud services is considered to have integrity if it is not being alerted. Alerted means what happened if A and B are two friends or two computers. A send a message ABC to B. ABC. So if A send a message ABC to B, B should receive ABC. It should not be alerted. Now, for an example, if A send a message ABC and B receive a message as A as A, B, C, D. This means the message is alerted. This is not, it should not be done. This is called integrity. What do you mean by integrity? If A send a message to B, it should reach the same message. If A send ABC, ADC, B should receive ADC. B should not receive ABCD. This is part of integrity. Is guarantee that the data transmission in the cloud services matches the data received at the cloud services. This is called integrity. The next topic is authenticity and availability. What do you mean by authenticity? Sometime having been provided authorized, so authentication on is something like that. You cannot able to access this. If you have, let's take an example. I'm class taking third year. Yes. Second year students are not allowed and final year students are not allowed. So that is what authority. If I have given authority, if user has given authority, user must able to access that authority. What are the other means of authority is something like that. The user may not able to access the unreputed file and it is without. Let's take an example. I'm taking a third year subject, cloud computing. It should be access to all third year student, right? It should be access to all third year student. Why second year student should be able to access it if they're not having it? So authenticity is that if a file is given to you, if you have access, it should be there. If you don't have an authority to it, you cannot able to access it. So let's take an example. In a bank, if you go to deposit a cash account, cashier can able to only deposit the amount. It cannot able to show you what are the balance and everything. If you want to see all the details, you have to go to the passbook branch or passbook section, where it can able to tell you what are the different things available. So whatever the things is available, authenticity is whatever the basic needs or what are the properties being assigned to you, you can able to access that one. What are the properties which you don't have availability, you cannot able to access that. Authenticity is that. Availability is that whenever, let's take example, our college is available at 9:30 to 4:30. All the faculty should be available, accessible during that period of time. If I'm using my cloud services from 9 to 4, all the data should be available at that period of time. If the bank is open from 10 to 5, all the staff, all the resources of the bank should be available to the customer at that period of time. That is what availability. Availability is the character of being accessible and usable during the specific period of time. Remember, this one is during the specific period of time. This is availability. So what we have got four properties. Confidentiality. Confidentiality is that unauthorized persons, it cannot be read. Unauthorized persons. Then we have got integrity. Message sent from A to B should be same. The file which are being given access should be there. Unaccessible file cannot be available to you. Data should be available for a period of time, whatever the period you are going to access it. These are the basic terminologies we are going to use. Now next move on to other topic. Threats and threats agent. What is threat and what are threats agent? We are going to see this. Threat is potentially a security violation that can be challenged defenses in an attempt to breach privacy or cause harm. These are the things which a other person can able to breach the computer or cause harm to the organization, both manually or automatically. This is done to exploit your weakness. We also call this as vulnerabilities. We need, what are the threats? Threats are something like that which is security violation, which can able to access your computer or which can able to access your data. By using that data, you are going to harm that one. Basically, it should be manually or it can be automatically. In other words, we call it as how you're going to do that test with the help of vulnerabilities. We are going to see what are the vulnerabilities and other things. What is vulnerability? Vulnerability is the weakness that can be exploited either because it's protected by insufficient security protocol or because existing security control are overcome by threats. What are the vulnerabilities? What are the vulnerabilities or what are the weaknesses? In order to exploit someone, we need to find out what are the weakness of it or what are the things we are going to see. For an example, you are using an iPhone or your latest Windows version, there always an update. Why it is updated? Somebody has already been attacked the previous version and they are going to update it. The vulnerability is already been generated. So in order to overcome that vulnerability, we made ourselves more secure. That is what vulnerability is, the weakness that can be exploited either by insufficient security control or because of existing security control to overcome that one. This is vulnerability. IT resource vulnerability can have a range of causes, including configuration, security policy, weakness, user error, hardware, all the bugs, software bugs, poor security architecture. These are all part of vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities, in one word, I can say, find the weaknesses, find the weakness of the organization and take advantage of it. How can you exploit that weaknesses? That is vulnerability. Threats are nothing but which can able to breach the privacy and cause to harm. There are vulnerabilities. Now let's move on to risk. Based on that vulnerability, what are the risks you are going to have? Risks are possibly loss or harm arising performance of activity. Risk is typically measured according to the threat level. Risks are measured at according to the threat level. For an example, on possibly known to vulnerabilities. Based on the vulnerabilities, I can able to calculate the risk. For an example, if you have an account and you have a balance of about 1,000 rupees, and somebody has taken about 500 rupees from your account based on your password and everything, it's negligible. You go and complain and everything. If you have a 1 lakh rupees and somebody has already taken online transaction and already used 90,000, that is a huge amount. And based on that risk, you can able to take, that's a huge amount. The matrix can be used to determine the risks and IT resources. The probability of threat occur, exploit the vulnerability in the IT resource. The probability, what is the probability the threat is going to occur, and what are the vulnerabilities based on that. The expectation of loss, what based on that occurrence, what will be the loss in IT. First we find the probability, and then we say the vulnerability. Based on the probability, what will be the when will be the attack will be, and what will be the vulnerability. Based on the vulnerability, we will take what will be the risk for it. Correct? This is what security control. What are the security control are used to prevent this risk? What are the security control you have used to prevent this risk, to avoid this risk? Security mechanism. What are the mechanism you have used? What are the mechanism you have used for this security control in order to reduce the risk, in order to reduce the vulnerability? What are the second mechanism you have used? What are the policies you have used for this mechanism? What are the policies you have used for this mechanism? For what mechanism? Come down. For security control. For what mechanism? For security control. Why you are using security? For risk. What for risk? To control our vulnerability. Why you are controlling vulnerability? To protect our data from threat. These are the terminologies. Why you are using security policies? For security mechanism. What for security mechanism is used? For security control. Why security control? To avoid risk. What are the risks for it? Based on a vulnerability. So I'm going bottom to top. What I have seen is that I have explained you what are threats. Threats, vulnerability, risk, and security mechanism, security policies. These are the things, security controls. These are the basic terminologies. Now for an example, this is the basic diagram which I can able to extend the diagram. I hope this is right. Yes, or I'll go take one more slide. Yes. No, I'll go back to this one. Yes. Threats agent are, let's take an example. This is consumer. Want to protect a cloud service owner. Want to protect his server. Yes. Want to reduce risk. Want to establish what? Mechanism. Security mechanism. What? How do you mechanism? With the help of security policies and rules. Why you used to do this one? In order to reduce the vulnerability, in order to reduce the risk. Okay. Now what the threat will do it? Threat poses a threat agent poses threat. Why? To exploit the vulnerability. Why is exploiting the vulnerability? To reduce, to lead to the risk. Threat increases risk. Threat also want to cause loss to this one. What is threat? Threat exploit your vulnerabilities in order to cause the risk or in order to exploit this one. These are the things. Threat agent. Okay. Now let's move on to other one. Threat agents. These are the things which we are going to do. Anonymous attacker, malicious service agent, trusted attack, malicious insider. These are the four topics. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Threat agent. First we see threat. We have already seen what you mean by, we have already seen by what you mean by threat. Now we are going to see threat agent. Anonymous attacker. Anonymous attacker is a non-trusted cloud service consumer without the permission of the cloud. It typically exit as an external software programmers that launch network level attack through public network. We will see different thing. When we will see this part when anonymous attacker have limited information security policies. It's something like that. It passes your security by using username, by passing user account, by stealing this it details, by public domain from public domain. It just enter your cloud services. It is by passing your by taking into account of username, and it will want to steal the data. Anonymous attack. We don't know we don't know who is the user because he's already stolen the username and password. He has already entered it from different location and want to steal the data credential of that one. It is what do you call? It is being displayed by this symbol. This is anonymous attacker. It's something that you steal your credentials and want to access the data from somewhere else and want to use for harmful purposes. This is anonymous attacker. Then miscellaneous service agent. A miscellaneous service agent is able to intercept and forward the network traffic that flow within the cloud. Means what? It typically exists as a service agent with compromise. It may also exist. And let me go through it. Like when a message is forwarded from here to here, it will be in between. It want to copy this message or it want to take into account this one. Intercept within the network flow. There is a network, and this is the symbol which is developed, which is denoted by this one. Miscellaneous service agent is able to intercept and forward the network traffic flow that flow within the cloud. It is in between. Then it typically exists as a service agent or a program pretending to be a service agent. It says that I'm a part of an organization, you can pass through me, but I want to copy that message, which also compromise your security and other things. Trusted attackers, and the symbol is this one. A trusted attacker shares IT resources, the same cloud environment and cloud consumer. It is already there. Attempt to exploit the genuinity authorities, genuine authorization, genuine target the cloud providers. There are it's already there in an organization or somewhere down that it's already been present that trusted attackers will be there, which you want to steal your credential, your team members or something like that, and target your resources or everything. Like anonymous attacker, which is non-trusted, this is trusted, usually launch their attack within the cloud trusted boundaries. For an example, let's take an example. You have an bank. Within the bank, the error is going to happen. This is what means. Who is involved? Bank employees. If it is happen with your account, only bank employees are available. This is a trusted boundaries. If it's your account, somebody from outside has attacked, unauthorized. What do you call? Anonymous attackers are there. Or let's take an example. You come to the bank, there is one more person available. You can say, I can able to help you up the security or the transaction passed from his. This is called miscellaneous service agent. He's not able to do all this part. This is part trusted agent. Now miscellaneous insiders. These are something typically third party or what do you call this type of carried out tremendous type of miscellaneous administrative privilege. They are typically current or former employees of third party which have got access. Third party, typically former employees or someone which have got access and they want to reuse all the resources which are available in that part. This is a part of this one. Miscellaneous insiders means miscellaneous insider, human threat agent acting on behalf of a relation, behalf of or in the relation of the cloud providers. They are something like that. Cloud providers. They are basically what do you call it as previous employees or something like that. So these are the basic things which we have seen. These are the things. Now let's move on to other one. We have seen about. Let me go through it. We have seen this one: anonymous attacker, miscellaneous service agent, trusted attacker, malicious insider. Malicious insider. Now let's move on to other one. Cloud service threats. Cloud service threat. There are traffic, eavesdropping, malicious intermediary, denial of services, insufficient authorization, visualization attack, overlapping trusted boundaries. Cloud service threat. We are going to see this topic in our next class. Thank you very much.